Good afternoon, friends. I welcome to all of you in our webinar series. And this month we bring the special issues on corona-related confusion myths. We are getting a lot of inquiries from all of you about the corona. So we took initiative to solve your all myths and we should provide the actual fact about the corona disease. And keeping the all points in mind, this time we decided how best we can prevent ourselves from getting the corona infection. And second point, how we can take best care at home of our affected family member who has mild disease. So in this webinar series, we will discuss these 2 points. We are conducting webinar series from fortnightly. The first week we conduct the topic on Hindi, then we conduct in the English. The time is 4 to 5 p.m. Here you have freedom to ask the questions, and we have covered many topics on the obesity, acidity, gallbladder stone, pancreas, liver, gastro. And this month we are conducting a special webinar on corona because we all are having the problem and questions related to the corona. So in this webinar, I shall be discussing that in two parts. The part one is prevention of Corona-19 in this current time. How we can take a best care so we can protect ourselves and our families. Then we can put questions and I will answer to your satisfaction. In the second part, I will discuss how best we can take care of our family member at the home, especially in this current time when there is scarcity of the beds in the hospital. And after that, you are free to ask questions to me. I would like to discuss the 8 steps that will tell us how to prevent self and family members from COVID-19 infection. And you know, the first step is social distancing. Whenever we goes out, you should maintain the social distancing of 6 feet between the two friends. We are used to for these systems since last year. This is not a new norm for us. We are aware of it. We have done it. We followed it and we could see the good result also. But the late times we have observed that gradually we are no longer following the rule of social distancing whenever you go outside in the market, office or in the grocery shop. So again, I request all of you to follow this social distancing with the same spirit so we can avoid catching the infection. The second pillar of prevention is the use of proper mask. Many people have so many questions and I will share 5 points about the mask and they are very important points so that you can use the proper mask also. So people ask why I should wear a mask, and to reply their query, I would like to share this slide. And here there are two persons, there are two friends, or I would say two family members. They are staying close to each other or they meet so frequently. One of them is a COVID-19 carrier. Carrier means any person who has acquired the infection of the corona from others, but so far he did not have any symptoms. And these carriers are the most super spreader in the community because they have the virus in their body, but as they don't have the symptoms, they freely move like a normal persons. So presume one of your friend is the COVID carrier and another yourself. If you don't wear the mask, there are 90% chances that you will acquire infection from your carrier friend. The second scenario is when you as a normal person prefer to wear a mask, but your friend who is supposed to be a carrier, he don't like to wear a mask. In that scenario, there are 70% chances that you will acquire the infection from your friend. The third scenario, when your so-called friend is using the mask, but you yourself don't like to wear a mask. You may have the mask phobia. In that case, still there are 5% chance of getting the infection. And the fourth scenario is that if both of you are wearing the mask, but there is still a risk of 1.5%. The point to be highlighted here that both person, it means everyone should wear a mask, or even the wearing the mask, there are chances of 1.5% we may get infection. So wearing a mask is not a surety we won't get infection. Yes, still we can get, but the proportion is very low. So that's the reason everyone should wear a mask in a family or in the office. Second point, at what time we should wear a mask? We expert says every time you should wear a mask except you are alone at the home or at the office. And this is a very rare situation. At home, we are meeting with our family members, and at the office, we keep on meeting our customers, our managers, and our office staff. So practically at every time we should wear a mask, especially when we going out of the home, even going to office, to going to the grocery store, or even going for the morning walk. Now, third point I would love to share is that how to wear a mask. A traditional way of wearing mask is not a safe, not a secure. First, we should sanitize our hands. Then we should put a mask, and the mask should cover our nose and mouth. I again repeat, first sanitize your hands, then your mask should cover your nose and mouth completely. Even some mask has the nose pin, so that mask can fit on your face properly. And this is the proper way of wearing the mask. But some people, they have their mask in your body, but neither cover the nose nor the mouth. Also, don't touch your mask because this mask is exposed to the external environment where it may contain the virus on the cover. So incidentally, if you are touching the mask, you are spoiling your hand. So better not to touch the mask. And if some situation you can't avoid and you have to touch it, then you have to sanitize your hand in a proper way. The technique of removal of mask is also well defined. First, we should again sanitize our hand because once we sanitize, we are taking care of our mask. Then after we should hold the strap of the mask and then take it down and put a very proper place. Don't leave it anywhere in the house or in the office. Mark a particular place, area where you can put it there in secure way. The third point is which type of mask we should wear. And I have seen, as you are also seen, most of the people in our country wearing the cloth mask, or they are wearing just a cloth, maybe the sari, napkin, or turban. But this is not a proper way of wearing the mask. And I feel that because of this way of masking, we have acquired a lot of cases in current time. Because the cloth mask can't filter the virus. You can see they are unable to filter the virus. The pore of the virus through the pore virus can get through because the size of virus is 3 micron. The pore size of the mask should be less than 3 micron to filter out the mask. So cloth mask has no utility, so please don't use it and discourage all your family, friends, members who are utilizing the cloth mask as a primary way of prevention. The second is the surgical mask. They are good, they can filter virus up to the 95%. So they are strongly advisable even for the community members also. And third is the N95 mask. These masks provide protection of the virus up to 90%, but also bacteria, dust, pollens, they are protected up to the 100%. So those are allergic to dust and pollens, they should wear these N95 mask. We as a healthcare worker, we prefer to wear double mask. One is the N95 and second is surgical mask. But at least at a common person in society, we should prefer to use surgical mask, not the cloth mask. And why surgical mask? Because it is a 3-layered mask. So 3-layered mask and a 3-ply mask. Ply is folded, made to fit on our face, but this mask has the 3-layer of coating. The first coating is waterproof, second contain the filter, and third provide the protection to these inner group. So that way, this 3-layered mask is the most safe mask in current time for all of us. And yes, this is a good time to say bye-bye to all fancy cloth masks. Don't try to match your mask with your clothes you're wearing. They are not going to help you. In fact, they give a pseudo impression of safety, but ultimately they are dangerous. You are acquiring infection despite wearing these cloth masks. So it's good time to say bye-bye to all fancy cloth masks. And it is better to prefer the double mask in this current time, because now our enemy, it means the coronavirus, has reached up to our home, has reached up to our neighbor in our society, our near bearing, in office member. So keep ourselves protected with a double mask. Some people, they have hesitation of wearing the mask with that doubt that they have the claustrophobia, they feel the strangulating, they feel that the oxygen level is going to be low. Yes, you may have this feeling for a short time only. First prepare your mindset, and definitely it will give better protection. If you don't wear a mask, there are high likely possibility you will acquire infection and you will end up in a hospital care. And you know, at this time we have full beds, there is crisis on the hospital bed. So better to keep ourselves protected by the double mask at the home. The third pillar of the prevention is the good hand hygiene, and there are two ways. The one is the soap. We should clean our hand with a simple soap, even not a medicated soap. Use the simple soap for 20 seconds. Mind the word 20 seconds. It's a very difficult to do that 20 seconds, but yes, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to the 20. Till then you keep on cleaning your hand. And the soap is better, cheap, easily available, and easy to do, because this can clear our contamination in the nail. It can clear our crease in the arm also, in the finger also, an area between these two also. So we should have I practice of keeping our hand clean with the soap for the 20 seconds. Yes, alcohol is another way to keep our hand clean, and this is the good use as a sanitizer, and we should use up to the 50 to 70% alcohol based sanitizer for the hand cleaning. There are a lot of questions people ask, which is the better, soap or the alcohol based sanitizer. So here I would like to show you the small video that will give the impression how the soap or the sanitizer works to keep our hand free of the virus.
The virus can infect you, but there are two extraordinarily simple ways you can keep that from happening. So, which is better? The coronavirus that causes COVID-19 is one of many viruses whose protective outer surface is made of a lipid bilayer. These lipids are pin-shaped molecules whose heads are attracted to water and tails are repulsed by it. So, in water-rich environments, lipids naturally form a shell like this, with the heads outside and the tails inside. Their shared reaction to water makes the lipids stick loosely together. This is called the hydrophobic effect. This outer structure helps the molecular machinery of the virus break through cellular membranes and hijack our cells. But it has thousands upon thousands of weak points where the right molecules could pry it apart. And this is where soap comes in. Any brand of soap contains quadrillions of molecules called amphiphiles, which resemble biological lipids. Their tails, which are similarly repulsed by water, compete for space with the lipids that make up the virus's shell. They're just different enough to break up the regularity of the virus's membrane, making the whole thing come crashing down. Those amphiphiles then form bubbles of their own around particles including the virus's RNA and proteins. Apply water and you'll wash that whole bubble away. Hand sanitizers work less like a crowbar and more like an earthquake. Surround a coronavirus with water, the hydrophobic effect gives the bonds within the membrane their strength. That same effect also holds the big proteins that form coronavirus's spikes in place and in the shape that enables them to infect your cells. If you dry the virus out in air, it keeps its stability. but now surrounded with a high concentration of an alcohol, like the ethanol or isopropanol found in most hand sanitizers. This makes the hydrophobic effect disappear and gives the molecules room to move around. The overall effect is like removing all of the nails and mortar from a house and then hitting it with an earthquake. The cell's membrane collapses and those spike proteins crumble. In either method, the process of destroying the virus happens in just a second or two, but doctors recommend at least 20 seconds of hand washing because of the intricate landscape that is your hand. Soap and sanitizer need to get everywhere, including your palms, fingertips, the outsides of your hands, and between your fingers to protect you properly. And when it comes to a coronavirus outbreak, doctors recommend washing your hands with soap and water whenever possible. Even though both approaches are similarly effective at killing the virus, soap and water has two benefits. First, it washes away any dirt which could otherwise hide virus particles. But more importantly, it's simply easier to fully cover your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds. Of course, hand sanitizer is more convenient to use on the go. In the absence of a sink, use the sanitizer as thoroughly as possible and rub your hands together until they're dry. Unfortunately, there are billions of people who don't have access to clean drinking water, which is a huge problem at any time, but especially during an outbreak. Researchers and aid groups are working to provide solutions for these communities. One example is a device that uses salt, water, and a car battery to make chlorinated water that kills harmful pathogens and is safe for hand washing. So wherever possible, soap and water are recommended for a coronavirus. But does that mean it's best for every viral outbreak? Not necessarily. Many common colds are caused by rhinoviruses that have a geometric protein structure called a capsid instead of a lipid membrane. The capsid doesn't have nearly as many weak points where soap amphiphiles can pry it apart, so it takes longer for soap to be effective. However, some of its surface proteins are still vulnerable to the destabilizing effect of hand sanitizer. In this and similar cases, hand sanitizer may be more effective, especially if you then wash your hands to remove residual particles. The best way to know which to use for any given outbreak is to do what's best for all things illness related. Follow the advice of accredited medical professionals. Need help timing 20 seconds of hand washing? Start now. Wow, nice clean hands you have. Oops, don't touch your face. You look well rested. Have you been stretching? Must be all that water you're drinking. Happy birthday to... I don't think we have the copyright on that. Well, happy birthday... I forget the words. Has it been 20 seconds yet?
I hope you enjoy this insightful video where it clarifies about the soaps and the sanitizer. Both are good, but yes, when we access to the soap and water, we should prefer it, and we are away from this source, then we should carry the sanitizer that is alcohol based. They are very useful. We can keep our hands clean. Now we move forward to discuss the fourth pillar of the protection, that is the vaccine. Vaccine is going on. Government has rolled down a very good program to vaccinate in a very phased manner. Initially very high risk people, so initially the health workers, then high risk people, then up to the 45, then now between the 18 to 45. So I have received so many inquiries about the vaccinations, and in this presentation I will share few points about the vaccines. People are asking, should I need a vaccine? So I would say Yes, everyone need a vaccine except those who have allergic to the previous dose of COVID-19 vaccine if they received first dose, or those have history of allergy to any vaccine in the past, or any allergic history to any drugs or food item, because these people need a vaccination under supervision of medical expert, and we have arranged a few anti-allergic medicine when there is some reactions develops in due course of the vaccination. Otherwise, everyone is eligible and require vaccination. So far, as a national government policy, people more than 18 years are allowed to take a vaccination, and in due course, kids will be eligible to get vaccines. So anyone above 18 years or elderly person, especially those having the pre-existing medical problems like diabetes, blood pressure, asthma, lung problem, kidney problem, liver problem, any underwent any transplantation, they are very high risk people, or even the pregnant lady. These are high risk people, they should always get their vaccination. It's a very common question asked to us, when I am a COVID positive, now when I can get a vaccination? Anyone who is having the active symptoms of COVID-19 infection, or if he received the specific treatment like monoclonal antibiotics like TOSI or plasma therapy or COVID treatment, these patients should wait for at least 4 weeks or 8 weeks after recovery from COVID-19. Then they should go for vaccination. So anyone who had the symptoms, let first him recover, and after recovery, at least 4 weeks after the recovery, they should plan to get vaccinated in their nearby centers. There were some rumors that alcohol intakers should avoid the vaccination, or there's a defined time interval between the vaccine and alcohol intake. But these were fake news. There is no evidence to support or refute these evidences, nor the our guiding authority or the manufacturer have mentioned anything that alcohol should be avoided before or after the vaccination. The fourth point comes, if someone is taking the blood thinner, should he get the vaccinated, or he should avoid? The answer is, those who are taking the aspirin as a blood thinner, no need to delay the vaccination for them, because the concern raised, because if they prick the muscles, there is a chance of getting the blood clot in that site of vaccination. But we are using very fine needle for the vaccine, and the chances of getting this complication is very rare. So there is no risk of getting vaccinated if someone taking the aspirin. But yes, there are few people who underwent the heart valve replacement and taking the tablet warfarin. In those cases, yes, they should take under supervised way where their warfarin dose is modified before the vaccination. Should the pregnant lady get vaccine? Now, one word answer is yes, they should also get vaccination. Why? I share you the reason. Because these pregnant ladies are considered a high risk for COVID infection, because once they acquire the infection, these pregnant lady had higher chances of progress to the severe form of the COVID infection. So they often need the ICU admission, they often need a ventilator support, so they make themselves as a high risk candidate. And all other reason is, some of the pregnant lady are also having the diabetes, other organ problems. Initially, when the vaccination program was started, we didn't have any data to support the pregnant ladies. Now, in due course, studies has been done in the pregnant lady, and it is found that yes, it can be given in the pregnant ladies, and the studies were done using the mRNA-based vaccine. So this vaccine can be given to the pregnant lady. So practically, every pregnant lady or any mother feeding their babies should get vaccinated at this time. In India, we are getting two type of vaccine, Covishield or Covaxin. Although their working mechanism is different, but their efficacy is equal. I am again repeating, their working mechanism is different, but their efficacy is equal. So one should not hesitate which we should prefer. Both are equally good. And I would say in this current time, when we have a shortage of vaccines, whichever vaccine we have, we should get it and get vaccinated. Both vaccines have equal efficacy. The benefit of vaccine is that the vaccine activates our own immune system so that it protects against the infection. You all know we are vaccinating our all the kids, newborn kids in a time phase up to the 5 to 10 year. So what we are doing is after doing the vaccination, we are activating their own immune system. So in future, if they get infection, this immune system is ready to help them to curtail the severity of the infection. So in that means if anyone is vaccinated, there are less chance of developing the illness or severe infection in these vaccinated people. It means they will have only the mild disease, not the severe disease, and thus far there no death was reported in the COVID vaccinated patients. So it's a very safe and effective. And also those who are getting vaccinated, they are also protecting their nearby people. So there are various reasons one should not have any doubt and we should get vaccinated as soon as possible. Vaccine, once we get it, the duration of safety remains for 6 months. And this duration of safety is short right now because the trials have started few months back and we have the result of studies done in this period only. As the time passes, we will get the safety data in coming time, maybe 9 months, maybe 1 year also. But till so far, the safety duration is 6 months. So we should still have to take all the due precaution when this time is over. And vaccine is very much effective, but it is not 100% effective. It means those who took the vaccine, they should not feel that now they cannot acquire the infection. Vaccine is only there to help us when we are exposed to the virus. A virus goes in our body. So it is our responsibility that we do not acquire the infection from the environment. For that, we have to follow religiously the masking, the social distancing, and hygienic practice in our life. So we should minimize the getting exposure to the vaccines incoming. There are a lot of vaccines are available. There are 4 types of vaccines are available. As I said, in the female pregnant ladies, the RNA-based vaccine have been studied for safety in the pregnant ladies. So that can be preferred. Otherwise, all the vaccines have shown the equal efficacy. So whichever vaccine available to us, we should go for it. Now, this question has become very relevant now, getting so many inquiries. I have received the Covishield earlier. Can I get Covaxin now? Or vice versa, I have received the Covaxin in the first dose. Can I get the second dose of Covishield? Because we have the scarcity, we have unavailability of the vaccine. So this question comes to mind. Right now, we don't recommend the cross vaccination policy. If you receive the Covaxin earlier, you should get only Covaxin. If you receive the Covishield earlier, you should get Covishield only. So there is no data as of now to recommend that we should cross over the vaccination. But yes, the studies are going on to see the effect of this cross vaccination approach. And till then, we should get the same type of vaccine that we got in the first dose. I repeat the 4 steps. The most important are the social distancing, use of proper mask, proper doing the hand hygiene, and get yourself vaccinated as soon as possible. These are 4 pillars of our good health, and they are going to protect us from the coronavirus. So these are the 4 direct approach for preventing ourselves. I will share the 4 indirect approaches also. And these are the 5 steps is we should eat the healthy food. Eat simple food, take lot of vegetables, fruit, take lot of water, adequate water so that our urine is normal color or light yellow color. We can free to take the meal cut if you like the vehicle cut also. And we should always avoid the fast food, junk food because they are not going to good. So these good healthy food are indirectly improving our immunity. Other step is be positive, think well. So think positive, talk positive, and feel positive. Keep ourselves away from getting all the negative news about the corona. Yes, we do get this type of news in our surroundings, in our state, in our country. But if I keep on getting update at every hour very frequently, then definitely it's going to affect our emotions and that in that affect our immunity. So we should not get any update on this negative news. Yes, keep engaged ourselves on the positive news. Those have recovered, those NGOs or person coming forward to help these corona affected for the patients. We should hear all these news.
उससे बात हुई थी यार टाइल वाले से
The
टाइल वाले से बात हुई थी
anyone,
शॉप तो बंद रहेगी यदि
I
आगे लॉकडाउन
request anyone, please mute yourself.
शॉप तो बंद रहेगी
Hello, I
हाँ
request
आओ तो यहाँ से तेरा पीपा हमारा पूरा गोदाम वो पड़ा है रोज
Dr. Prakash, please mute yourself.
वहाँ से आप आ जाओ तुरंत चेंज करेगी
So we should avoid the listening the negative news and we should not forward any negative news because indirect affects our emotions, our thinking, and our mind goes in negative sense. So we always feed our mind about the recovery, about the positive attitude, so that we can have positive aim in our life, so we can recover well, we can motivate other person also. That's why we should have the positive attitude regarding the COVID infection and the recovery. Sleeping well and taking the complete sleep in the night is one of the indirect way to improve our immunity. Don't avoid the night sleep. The nature had made us to sleep in the night and work in the day. Please do not change this cycle. Changing this cycle will change our hormonal levels in the brain also, and that is going to affect our health and enhance our immunity as well. So in the night, we should take about 6 to 8 hours of sound sleep in the night. And also, last point is we should be physically active, like doing a breathing activity, doing some home activities, and I can say we can do the quarantine workup at the home where we can help our spouse doing the day-to-day chorus at the home. So that way we should do physical activities. So these are the 8 steps. If we follow religiously, sincerely, we can protect ourselves from getting the corona infection. Now we can do the self-assessment. Why we have acquired the infection? I assure you, there is a breach in somewhere initial 4 points: social distancing, mask, hand hygiene, or vaccination. Either breach in initial 3 points that cause we acquire the infection from the outside. Regarding the prevention, I would highlight that there is no medicine to prevent getting the infection from the atmosphere. Initially, there were the suggestion that hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin can be useful to prevent infection in a normal person. I am talking about normal person, but there is no evidence to support that these medicines prevent the infection. But yes, good news is that there are some immune boosters. They are recommended. They are found safe to prevent the corona infection, and these are vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. These are the immune booster, and we should take regularly under the prescription of the experts to improve our immunity. With this, my first part of talk is over. If you have any question regarding this, you can ask, or else I can continue the second part and we can take a question in the second part. In way we can save the time. So I goes to the second part. If our family member is the found to have infected with the COVID-19, how we should take care of the person in the family so that he can have a smooth recovery. Keeping the member treated at the home, it has multi-benefit. If we are stress-free, there's a financial benefit also. And we have provided the emotional support to the person at the home, because initially when person get admitted in the hospital for 14 days, a lot of anxiety was developed, not to the patient but the family members. But now we can manage the same person at the home. But how we should manage at home, that I will discuss in this coming presentation. First thing, we should identify who is having the corona symptom. And this is a list of the symptoms that can give a clue about having the corona infection right now. If someone having the fever, feeling the weak, body ache, headache, there is a loss of smell or loss of taste, having the cough, having the diarrhea, or you see, notice the eyes become the red. So these are the common symptoms of the corona infection. But now we have seen almost every type of symptoms with the corona. So please do not neglect any symptoms. Even it is coming in the initial stage. A lot of people say, I have just sore throat. I have fever only for 1 day. Please do not ignore the symptom. Now this is the signal that your symptoms started coming. So don't delay to seek a medical opinion about these symptoms. The symptoms, so as I said, corona is causing all sorts of symptoms except the fracture of the bone and the pregnancy. Corona can cause any symptom. Please do not ignore the symptom. And since the last 2 weeks, the new symptom has been added in the list of corona recovered patients. Although this is not a topic of today's discussion, but as so many people are attending this webinar, I want to educate you. The new symptom has been added in the list of corona recovered patient, and that is the caused by the black fungus. And what is this? This is the black fungus is known as the mucormycosis. What these symptoms are, people may have the stuffed nose, the pain in the face, there may be the headache. These people may have the dental pain. There may be the bleeding from the nose, and there may be reduced vision. Person may not see the properly right now. So these are the 6 warning signs of the infection by the black fungus in a person who has recovered from COVID, and especially the person is diabetic, person is received the steroids, person who received the oxygen therapy, or person who remain in ICU receive the ventilator. With all these 4 risk factors, these are very early signs. So those family members who have recovered from the corona infection, they should also be vigilant to notice any of these symptoms. If you have these symptoms, please consult your treating physician, get your ENT examined, or get your dental checkup to find out whether you don't have the black fungus grown your body. For home care, we need to monitor few parameters. If you monitor them very religiously, sincerely, definitely it will help as your doctor to manage you at the home. And we have to monitor only the 4 points, not more. The first is the pulse. Second is the measure the oxygen saturation level. Third is the measure temperature. And fourth is the breathing rate. So these are the 4 parameters we should monitor. The oxygen saturation is measured by the pulse oximeter. The pulse oximeter easily available in the pharmacy store, or we can online also. And this will help us to get a good device, very simple, not a costly device. It costing not more than 1,000 to 2,000 rupees, but it's a very useful device, and this helps us So you can see in this video, once you complete how to use this device, we have to add batteries into the device. Now this device is ready for use. When we use this device, our finger should not have any deposit, especially in the female, they should remove their nail polish. And you can see here, SpO2 is the oxygen level and PR means pulse rate. That can easily be shown, as we can see in a different format through this device. We should make sure that we keep our finger for at least 1 minute, so the device can properly assess the actual value of our oxygen level and pulse through this device. The normal values of oxygen is around 96 to 100%, but it varies from person to person. So it's better to get tested by normal condition. What is my normal oxygen level? So if you're 96, don't worry. 97, don't worry. 98, don't worry. That is your normal. Someone have made 100. It varies from person to person. But we should have the knowledge of what is my basic or basal oxygen level and my pulse rate. So those are smokers or those have the lung disease. In those cases, the oxygen level may be lower. So we should have the baseline oxygen level. The other device is the thermometer to take the temperature, and it's a very easily available in every house. And to measure the respiratory rate, we need a mobile. And I know everyone is having the mobile. In the mobile, we have the clock. And the clock, we have the stop clock function also. So through a stopwatch, we can calculate our breathing rate, or that is the respiration rate. So how to calculate? I just give a demo to all of you. Breathing rate means our breathing pattern, how we take. So taking breathing in and out, this makes one cycle. So when we take breathing in and out, it makes one cycle. So same way, we should count how many times we took the breathing rate. Normally, it is a 14 to 16 per minute. Normally, it is a 14 to 16 per minute. So that way, we can monitor ourselves at the home without any guidance. And then, what we are monitoring, we have to make a chart. I request all of you, you can take the snapshot of it also, of this chart. This is a very important chart. This chart will give idea to your treating physician, maybe family physician or the MD physician, about how is your vitals throughout the day. So first column is you mentioned the date and time. Here you can take parameter every 4 hours till the 10 p.m. Then you note down your symptoms, like you have the fever. Also note down when you have the fever, first symptom. The importance of first symptom is that we decide the line of treatment based on the first day of symptom. Again, I am saying your first day of symptom is very important to decide the line of treatment and very crucial for your results. So don't ignore your first symptom. It may be a very simple sore throat, fever, body, whatever it is. Most of the people have mild symptom in the beginning. So please do not ignore your mild symptom as well, and note down the name of symptom and date. Then third column is the temperature that you can record. Then take pulse oximeter. It will tell what your pulse rate and oxygen level at the rest. Then the sixth column is breathing rate. And this breathing rate is at the rest. When you are sitting comfortable, calm, that time you count your breathing rate with the help of mobile clock, stopwatch. I recommend the person who taking treatment at the home to do the 6-minute walk test at least twice a day. It may be any convenient time to do it, but you must do it. It means you check your pulse rate or oxygen level at the rest, then you walk in room, normal walking without any stress and strain. You walk for 6 minutes by the clock. And once you finish your 6 minute walk, check your oxygen level and the pulse and note down here. It is natural to have the dip in the oxygen level and increase in the pulse rate. This is physiological. But don't worry. If you are able to maintain your oxygen level more than 94% at the end of 6 minute walk, your lung is working very well. This is a very good relieving signal for the doctor once when your this test is comes in normal range. So don't ignore at home to do 6 walk test twice a day. And the last column is you should mention how do you feel about your symptom. If your symptom has improved, it is the same or it has become worse, note down in this chart. And share this chart to your treating physician. I assure you, he will be more than happy to guide you because we talk to your doctor. You cannot provide all the information in a short time. And you all know all the doctors are busy now treating most of the patient, all the patient in the society. So if you provide the crisp of information to your doctor, so he will be very easy, convenient, will see it and he advise the course of treatment for your day. So now I will say as a part of care for the home care person is that again the social distancing. But if the person is positive, we should isolate the person in a room. That room should have the cross ventilation. It means sunlight should come. We should have good access to the free natural air. And that way the sunlight is a good sanitizer for natural sanitizer for all of us. So it way all the bacteria, virus, bacteria get killed by the sunlight. That's way room get cross ventilated. They become the good way. So our room should be well ventilated. It will be better if that room has attached bathroom, so he can do all his activities without exposing other family member. Because once he goes out of the room to take the bath in other area, the risk of getting exposure to the other family member. So if the positive person stay in a room that have attached bath, that I think so in a modern pattern of the houses, we have attached bathroom. So keep the person in the isolated room. He should prefer to use now N95 mask because he's a positive person. If a sneeze, cough, is even during the minimum interaction with the family member while they're serving their food or close to them, that time he should wear mask always. And the person should practice the hand hygiene. And I think we are equally important for all these persons. The recovery of the home care person, how it happens, I would like to highlight that up to the 95% people, either they don't have the symptom, but they are tested positive because the family member is found to have the corona infection, or they may have the mild symptoms only. So up to 90% people either don't have the symptoms or they are asymptomatic or mild disease. So these people can be easily managed at the home and there is no need to go to the hospital, provided you do proper monitoring and you update your treating physician about the home treatment to them. And only 5% will need the hospitalization or therapy in due course. We should be very careful if our family member is having the comorbidities in terms of diabetes, blood pressure, kidney, lung problem, or if his age is more than 65 years, because these are the people, they more often need the hospital care. And if, as I said earlier, if anyone is vaccinated, he has less chance to get severe infection and he has less chance to get to the hospital admission, and he can be easily managed at the home. So even the high risk people, they are vaccinated earlier. If they acquire infection, they have higher chances of getting recovery at a home in terms of mild infection. So that way we can provide a good care at the home. The panic point today we have noticed in most of the people is that oxygen level is going down. So what we should do now? And they rush to the hospital, and now because this crisis, the oxygen availability also come under the question. We don't have the sufficient amount of oxygen in the hospital also. So how we can manage at a home? So these are the issues that motivated me to make this webinar, come forward to share all the points, how we can improve our oxygen level. So again, there are indirect way and direct way. Indirect way is if you are eating the good food, doing the exercise, we are positive and we are avoiding stress. We are able to maintain our good oxygen levels. Stress means we are in anxiety. Our neurological systems start activated. We are doing rapid breathing, fast breathing, and that way we keep oxygen level goes down very frequently. If you are comfortable, relaxed, calm and down, we check our level will improve. So here, if we have the stress-free recovery at the home, if we don't have any stress, then our oxygen level will well maintained, and we can avoid the panic to rush to the hospital. Yes, there are other way for improve the oxygen level, but I would say those smoking to the smokers, please quit the smoking, because smoking means you're directly affecting damaging your lung, and oxygen level means is the effect on the lung. So if you stop smoking, your lung can have the recovery, can have the better recovery for you. The deep breathing, doing pranayam is another way to improve the oxygen level, and everyone should do at home when they are at the home quarantine or home isolation. Very easy to do. Everyone knows, taught by the yoga. If you don't know, you can contact, you can find out the yoga expert who can guide you how to do the deep breathing exercises. Also, you can sit on the chair but leaning forward. This is the very well documented way to increase your oxygen level, especially those who have the lung problem. You have noticed that anyone have the lung problem, they feel comfortable while leaning forward. Leaning forward means you are allowing your lung or backside to get more oxygen. Or that way, if lung get more oxygen, more blood to them, we get more oxygen level in the blood. So sitting forward is a very useful way to improve oxygen level. These are natural way of doing increasing your level. And the important way nowadays is awake prone position to improve your oxygen level. Awake position is a bit technical. I will tell you in brief how we can do it. Yes, there are a lot of YouTube video are available, but if you're lying down on the prone position means we are lying down on the tummy position. If you lie down tummy position, we can have good oxygen level in our body. Our lung can function better, our diaphragm work better. But for that, we have to use the pillow at three positions. One is below our chest, second below our hip, and third is below our legs. But please do not put your pillow below the tummy. Your tummy should be free of any compression. Again repeating, put a pillow below the chest, keep your tummy free, then put your pillow below on the thigh, on the pelvis bone, then put a pillow below your legs. That way you take the deep breathing. This will improve the oxygen level. This is the very scientific way of improving oxygen level. Our critical care expert, ICU expert are using since many years to improve the oxygen level by this technology. Now the crisis have increased because of corona. Lung is getting affected because of corona. So they have shared us that if we can do at home this activity, we can improve our oxygen level. For this position, we can lie down for 30 minutes or 2 hours, depending upon your stamina. We feel comfortable in this position. Then we should turn to the left side. Then we should lie down in a very straight position. Then turn to right side. And then again come to the back side. So this rotating position will help us to improve our oxygen level. So again, prone position means lying on the tummy or stomach. Then right lateral or left lateral. These are various way to give more oxygen level to us. But yes, few people should avoid doing this activity. If anyone having the spine disease, he should not do it. Pregnant lady should not do it because there are chances of getting pressure on the tummy. Even the obese person should not do it. If they can do, it means they should have large number of pillow below the chest and below the thigh and hip, so that tummy should not get compressed. Or we should not do after taking the meals, because again we are putting a pressure on the tummy. If anyone feel comfortable, we should not do it. You may have some cough once you put in this position. Cough will settle after some time. Otherwise, you can do it. So this is one of the way to do prone awake position. And I would say Every normal person should be doing this activity. Every person who start home quarantine should do this activity, because when we need it and we have not practiced it, then we can't do it properly. If we can't do it properly, then we can't get a benefit out of it. It's like we are in a cricket match. We are expecting the batsmen to perform very well. They should make a century. But to make a century, they are doing very hard work in their practice, in their morning sessions. They are doing physical activities. They are practicing also. Then they can deliver at a time of need, at a time of match, during our expectation. So my sincere request to all members, you make practice of using this prone breathing at your home. Train your person affected with this at a normal situation. So whenever oxygen level goes down, he can easily do this activity and we can improve the oxygen level. So this activity advised when oxygen level goes below 94. Now we move to the medical part. If we have some symptoms, how we should take care of symptoms. So in these patients, we are providing the symptomatic care. So first is if you have the fever, give paracetamol. If you are having the sore throat, take the lukewarm water or chlorhexidine or betadine solution for mouthwash. Do 3-4 times a day. Don't take chilled or cold liquids in this period. Even I would say, as a normal life, we should avoid taking the all chilled and cold water, because it changes that atmosphere of the throat and where the bacteria can overgrow and can give the problem to us. So we should maintain, or we should eat the food of normal temperature only. Don't take too hot, don't take too cold or liquids. So if you are having sore throat, do the mouthwash 3-4 times a day. If you are having the cough, you can take the cough syrup, or we can start on the anti-allergic medication to take care of that cough. Antibiotics are usually not started in the beginning of that. If the symptoms like sore throat, cough, they persist more than 2 days, then we start it. If someone develops this sputum become showing the signal of the infection, then we start the antibiotic in that case. Yes, now we are starting in India the antibiotic treatment, that is favipiravir or ivermectin. They are advised on prescription of doctor, but they are useful to start with these patients. And yes, the immunity booster, I said earlier also as a prevention, the 3 immunity boosters, vitamin D3, vitamin C, that is a ascorbic acid, and the zinc, that is a 50 mg tablet. They are good immune booster, and we should take under supervision of doctor. They are good supportive care. And last but not the least, most important part is that if you have any medical problem, please continue your current medical treatment as usual. Again repeating, please continue your medical treatment as usual, because your sugar has to be normal to get good recovery from the COVID infection. Your asthma treatment has to be continued to maintain your oxygen level. Your blood pressure has to be normal so you don't feel the headache or weakness. It's simple word. Continue your medical treatment before you are taking the corona infection. That has to be continued the same. Yes, share all the medication you are receiving so that there is no duplication, there is no overdose of the medicine you are taking right now. So for all the treatment, I made this slide to remind all of you for home care kit, what thing we need to have. So first the pulse oximeter, second a thermometer for temperature monitoring. For the breathing rate, we should use the mobile stop clock, and we should have the notebook and the pen so we can note down all the parameter that I showed the slide, and you note down your progress at your home by yourself. I wish that every person who is a home quarantine, he have plenty of time at the home, so he can do for himself only. He can do for himself, he can note down all these points in a sheet and you can share daily to your treating physician. Other than these, yes, he should have the surgical mask, that 3-layered mask. He should have the access, he has the 2-hand sanitizer, alcohol based also, along with the soap, and he should have the steam inhaler, because if someone has the sore throat, someone has the cough, it's a very useful therapy. And yes, the medicine as I showed in the last slide, they should have in their kit. So with that, we can take care of patient at the home with a good result. So when you are treating a patient at the home, so we should know, we should have idea in my mind at what time we should shift this patient from home to the hospital. So definitely there are few criteria have been defined, and I want to educate all of you that you should also be aware of about these factors. Like if someone is having the fever that does not go away in 4 or 5 days, then you should be ready to move to the hospital. If the breathing rate goes more than 25 per minute and is happening very frequently, and the person having the breathing problem is feeling tired after the short walk, he is unable to do the 6 minute walk test. If the oxygen level going less than 94% after 6 minute walk test, and if the person has fever that is resolved in the first 2 days, but after 3 4 days comes again, to recurrence of symptom, if again feeling, then this patient need a treatment in the hospital. And if overall you feel my uncle, my father, my sibling are not looking well, he looks sick, that's reasonable, we qualify for this patient. Taking all factors in account, we think we should go for the hospital. But as you all know, there's a concern of bed in the hospital. Can we do something at the home? Yes, we can. If oxygen level is less than 94%, what we can do the home when we don't find hospital bed at a single call. It's a very commonly seen that when we go in a panic, less than 94 saturation, we are looking for a bed. We don't have bed also. Yes, at one end, we should keep on trying to find out a suitable bed in a nearby hospital, but at the same time, patient need a care at the home also. So what we can do is that we should encourage them to do the awake prone breathing at home, and this will help them to improve 3 to 4% improvement in the oxygen level if they do properly the prone breathing exercises. So if we know our patient showing not good sign, we should have access to our home oxygen also. If we have oxygen at the home, then we should start the oxygen, begin with a 5 liter per minute, and our aim is to get oxygen level more than 92 to 94%. We never aim to get 99% or 100%, because we know our person do not have 100% saturation at the resting condition also. So don't aim for that. More than 94%, more than FA. Don't increase the oxygen flow, because giving excess oxygen do not improve the oxygen level immediately. Move step by step. If we more oxygen, we are wasting the important resource at this time. It will take 2 to 3 minutes to show the response after giving oxygen therapy. So have patience, don't be panic for these 2-3 minutes. But if you notice that if oxygen levels are not improving after 2-3 minutes, then we should gradually increase the flow rate. So we have excess oxygen cylinder, but now we are also facing the problem getting the oxygen at the home. So the new way that has come on the as a salvage, that is the oxygen concentrator. I would like to share some important point regarding both that. Think that we can use the oxygen cylinder at the home without need of any power service supplied to the oxygen cylinder. Easily portable. This cylinder has compressed 100% oxygen in this. So once cylinder is over, we need to refill it. Here, the concentrator has the upper edge. The concentrator don't need oxygen. He don't have compressed oxygen. What he does, he takes the environmental oxygen, and the environmental oxygen, it means in normal air, we have 21% oxygen. Remaining is nitrogen and other gases. So what he does, he filter out the 21%, then concentrate, and then supply as a 95% oxygen. You are getting the point? From environment, it is getting the 20% oxygen and then supplies 95% oxygen to us. But for this concentrator to work, he need to have the power supply around the clock. There are a lot of myths or facts what we are reading about this concentrator, but I would say if you are going to have the concentrator for a home, it should be heavy weighted. It should be more than 15 kg, 20 kg weight, because larger the weight, heavier they are giving better oxygen, better supply for longer time. It means light weighted concentrator will not give you 95% oxygen for long time, because you don't have that type of capacity to do that. It will give gradually oxygen at 30%, that is equal to the room air. So it's supplying only room air. But if you have the heavy concentrator, it means 20 kg, 15 kg, so they will give 90% oxygen at a longer time at their 5 liter capacity. As we are treating a lot of patients in the home, at the other side, we are having very sick patient in the hospital. And these patients need a plasma therapy. So what is plasma therapy? Can as a we common man contribute for that? Yes, I will share in 2 slides. So plasma therapy is taking a plasma from the patient recover from the corona. And we take after 14 days, and this plasma has some antibody. And this antibody is transferred to some other needy people. So like a blood donation is a plasma donation. And we all know blood donation is a very noble donation, more human donation. Same way, we should encourage to give the plasma donation as well. Giving the plasma will not reduce your antibody in your body. It will maintain even after donation. So do not worry, be courageous to donate. So who can donate the plasma? Anyone who has recovered from corona infection, who can donate the plasma. When he can donate, the person who is recovered, who can donate, and he can donate after 14 days after the last RT-PCR test, or after 14 days quarantine is over. So 14 days of quarantine plus 14 days. So after 20 days, he can donate the plasma. And whom it is useful? This is useful for very severe ill patient who are on requiring higher amount of oxygen. And when to be given? This plasma is to be given to this sick patient within the 7 to 10 days of symptom. And that is my point. I highlighted you what is your first date of symptom, because many patients are misguiding us because they are not aware of their first symptom. They say, I have symptom for 3-4 days, but they have symptoms in long time. So we are missing the step-by-step treatment for them. Number one. Number two, if you donate, if you transfuse this plasma within a 7 to 10 days of needy patient, he will get dramatic response after the plasma therapy. If we delay that plasma therapy, we will not get that much benefit that we get within the initial 10 days. So knowing the day is important, not only for your recovery, but also for if you're donating the plasma, we can give the needy people who comes in this range. And also, your plasma can save life of 3 persons. We can be used in 2-3 persons. So I request everyone who's recovered from COVID infection to save the life, please donate plasma. So in conclusion, I would say for prevention, we should follow 7 or 8 steps. That is the social distancing, use a mask, proper hand hygiene, and get vaccinated when you have opportunity for that. And eat well, sleep well, think well, and do some physical activities. And for home care or the mild case, it is safe, it is feasible. We need to monitor. That is easy to monitor. I explained very detailed you that you monitor your pulse, oxygen level, breathing rate, and temperature. Share that list to your doctor. He will guide you better. And there are 6 ways to improve oxygen level at home. That is the deep breathing, forward sitting, and awake prone position. And of course, you should stop the smoking, eat well, sleep well, think well, have the stress-free life. Your oxygen level will be well maintained. With this, I conclude and I end my presentation. We are conducting various webinars about the liver, gastro, and weight loss treatment. We are conducting the webinar twice a month. The first episode is in Hindi, and the second episode we deliver in English. We have done about 10 webinar, and we're planning to do more in coming time. But this time, because of Corona crisis, we thought we should educate all our audience about the family members about this Corona. They have so many queries, so why can't through one platform I educate most of them? You can get connected as on the WhatsApp by the 8866020505. You can follow us on the Facebook page, that's Obesity Doctor, or you can get all the information we are sharing over here webinar on your YouTube channel, that's the Weight Loss with Obesity Doctor. If you have any query, I am here to answer all your queries. Yes, Chandanji.
Doctor,
Yes.
good evening, Chandan here.
Yes.
Firstly, we thank you for the inputs, excellent inputs and informative inputs given during this course. It will help us a lot as in the society as a patient. Now, I have two questions, Dr. Saab. One is on mucormycosis. So, if a patient who was under home treatment and has not been exposed to any external cylinder supply of oxygen, are there any chances of mucormycosis post RT-PCR positive? That is question one.
Yes, my answer to that, not all will get mucormycosis infection. Only the 4 risk factor, again repeating. Those who have the diabetes, the sugars are uncontrolled. Those who requiring the oxygen therapy. And why oxygen therapy? Because in oxygen therapy, people are using the normal water. So normal water can have source of infection. If you are using the distilled water, you can avoid getting infection of the mucormycosis through the oxygen therapy. Those who are requiring the ventilator support, it means they are more immunocompromised. And also, and those who are requiring steroid as a treatment for COVID infection in the hospitals. So because of this risk factor, the mucormycosis incidence is keeping up. Yes, those are patients who at the home recover or that at home with diabetes, I would say, plus they keep your sugar under control under your physician. Keep under strict control, number one. Number two, if you are requiring the home oxygen, don't use tap water, drinking water for oxygen humidifications. So use a distilled water and also clean out the pot of oxygen water regularly in a proper way. That way you can minimize the getting mucormycosis in a home patient who has the diabetes.
Okay, Dr. Saab. My second question was pertaining to D-dimer. If a patient for 1 month period had a D-dimer of around 1200, which has come down to 200 at the end of a month, and the patient is negative. So any precaution, any subsequent treatment is preferred or
Yes.
suggested?
If the person is high risk for likely D-dimer, like if diabetes, if has a heart problem, heart blockage, stenting like that, for those patients, the blood thinner is always prescribed. So if they are taking blood thinner, we should not worry for this. The other point is now during the treatment also, the blood thinner routinely prescribed to every patient to minimize the risk of this high D-dimer. And why the D-dimer? D-dimer usually indicate that there is higher chances of getting the blood vessel blocked by the impact of inflammation of the virus. So keep your blood flow regularly. So blood remain thin, easily flows across the blood vessel. So there won't be any problem and blood will reach at every cell. So oxygen level is well maintained. For that, blood thinner is given. So in your case, the D-dimer level is coming down. So that's a good sign. I suggest you keep on doing your regular physical activities. Keep on doing the breathing activities to maintain oxygen level. And also keep taking all medication prescribed by your physician doctor. And it will over time it will come down to normal.
Dr. Saab, with D-dimer coming down to normal in a patient who is now negative up to 200, there will be
It takes some time.
Okay.
Negative means we are checking after 14 days. After 14 days, report will come negative because virus replies or multiplies for 5 to 10 days initially only. After that, it don't replicate. And then our immune system start working to destroy the viruses. So test may be negative at the end of the 14 days. But all the insult caused by virus, it takes some time. Like your D-dimer may take some time to recover. Your CRP, C-rate protein may take some time to recover. Even the CT scan finding you see in the CT score, it may take few weeks to few months to come to normal. So as long as you are able to maintain your oxygen level, as long as you are symptom free, you should not worry. They will come to normal. And also these things are under our observation also, because this epidemic first time come, we have seen first time this type of severity. So we are also learning about this thing also. So far the expert says nothing to be done. If person symptomatic, person not symptomatic, he's doing well, just wait and watch. This thing will improve. It may take a little longer than usual, but they will improve.
Okay, Dr. Saab, thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Chandan bhai. Anyone want to ask a question, please raise your hand. Yes. So dietitian Parul also raised the hand. Parul, you can unmute yourself and please ask your question.
सर एक सवाल मेरा सर
Yes, yes, please. Please, one by one, I will reply to the question asked by you.
सर कोरोना के लिए जो एंटीजन टेस्ट होता है सर, एंटीजन टेस्ट विश्वस्त है कि आरटीपीसीआर टेस्ट ज्यादा बेनिफिशियल है सर?
देखो, दो टेस्ट होते हैं डॉक्टर नवीन, आप पूछ रहे हैं, दो टेस्ट हैं, एक आरटीपीसीआर और एक एंटीजन टेस्ट। एंटीजन टेस्ट
यस
शुरुआत में किया गया था जब कोरोना इन्फेक्शन आया था, ये टेस्ट का किट इजीली अवेलेबल किया गया, बनाया गया था। लेकिन आरटीपीसीआर टेस्ट ज्यादा अच्छा टेस्ट है। एंटीजन टेस्ट में कुछ पेशेंट नेगेटिव आते हैं तो उसको कंफर्म करने के लिए हम आरटीपीसीआर टेस्ट कराते हैं, अगर उसको सिम्टम्स अगर होते हैं तो। एंटीजन टेस्ट पॉजिटिव आया है तो अपने को आरटीपीसीआर टेस्ट दोबारा कराने की जरूरत नहीं है। लेकिन अगर किसी को सिम्टम्स हैं, हमें डाउट ज्यादा है कि ये पॉजिटिव हो सकता है, और उस केस में अगर एंटीजन टेस्ट नेगेटिव आता है तो उसको कंफर्म करने के लिए हम आरटीपीसीआर टेस्ट करवाते हैं। तो आरटीपीसीआर टेस्ट सबसे अच्छा टेस्ट माना जाता है।
थैंक यू सर।
गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग डाइटिशियन पारुल।
हाँ सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि अगर आफ्टर फीवर 2 और 3 डेज फीवर रहता है, माइल्ड फीवर, उसके बाद अगर कफ रहता है तो सर कोरोना टेस्ट की नीड होगी उसके लिए? आरटीपीसीआर टेस्ट
यस यस आपको करवाना चाहिए हमेशा। यस
सर, फीवर नहीं है बट कफ है मतलब फिर भी
अभी का प्रेजेंटेशन में शुरुआत कफ से हो सकता है, गले खराबी से हो सकती है, फीवर से, जैसा कि मैंने स्लाइड में दिखाया था। सब में सब सिम्टम हो जरूरी नहीं है, शुरुआत एक सिम्टम से ही होती है यूजुअली, और एक सिम्टम के बाद दूसरे सिम्टम आ सकते हैं या ना भी आए। तो गला खराब हो सकता है, खांसी हो सकती है, या फीवर भी हो सकता है, या तीनों सब साथ हो सकते हैं, या कोई एक सिम्टम भी हो सकता है। तो अगर कोई सिम्टम है तो हमें डाउट रखना चाहिए उस सिम्टम के साथ में। और मेरा ये कहना है कि जब भी किसी में सिम्टम आए, जब आज के टाइम में जहाँ बेड की क्राइसिस है, हमें सिम्टम आते ही अपने आप को क्वारंटीन आइसोलेट कर लेना चाहिए। अगर क्वारंटीन करने के बाद में अपन देखें एक दिन में सिम्टम रिलीव हो गया, अच्छी बात है, हर सिम्टम कोरोना नहीं हो गया सब मान के चलते हैं, लेकिन अगर सिम्टम बना रहता है तो कोरोना होने की संभावना ज्यादा होती है। तो जैसे फर्स्ट सिम्टम आता है, हमें क्वारंटीन कर लेना चाहिए, अलग रूम में रहना चाहिए, और अपने आप को मॉनिटर करना चाहिए मेरे सिम्टम और क्या आ रहे हैं। सपोर्टिव ट्रीटमेंट साथ में शुरू करते हैं, जिससे पता चलता है कि उनकी रिकवरी कैसे हो रही है। सर वन बाय वन सर, वन बाय वन एक एक करके।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
Good evening, sir. May I ask a question?
Please tell your name also.
Sir, this is Rupesh here.
Yes, रुपेश भाई।
मेरी बात हुई थी आपसे इसके बारे में, लेकिन थोड़ी सी क्लैरिटी चाहिए थी उसमें। जैसे कि मुझे सिर्फ ये क्या बोलते हैं, रनी नोज एंड स्नीजिंग का दिक्कत हुआ था एक दिन के लिए, उसके बाद में टेस्ट भी करा लिया, टेस्ट नेगेटिव आ गया, सर्दी जुकाम भी पूरा चला गया, एक ही दिन में सिर्फ गले में हल्का सा दर्द है। तो क्या मुझे सिर्फ वो जिंक और मल्टीविटामिन टैबलेट लेनी है या सारा पूरा कोर्स करना है?
नहीं तो मैं आपको 2 पॉइंट करना चाहूंगा, हमें टेस्ट जल्दी नहीं करवाना चाहिए। हर सिम्टम आते ही टेस्ट कराने का मतलब सही टाइम नहीं है, अब थोड़ा सा वेट करना चाहिए। हो सकता है उस टाइम क्या होता है कि अपने शरीर में कोविड वायरस का वॉल्यूम कम होता है, तो टेस्ट का नेगेटिव भी आ सकता है, या सैंपलिंग कलेक्शन का एरर हो तो नेगेटिव आ सकता है। We should wait at least 2, 3, 4 days. When our first usually first symptom अगर पूरा सिम्टम जाए तो कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है। फर्स्ट सिम्टम अगर सेकंड थर्ड सिम्टम आता है 2, 3, 4 days में, that's the time RT-PCR test, and most of time this test will come positive. So in your suggestion, now आपका फर्स्ट सिम्टम के बाद सेकंड सिम्टम आया है, there highly likely possibility you may have the corona infection.
Okay.
I would say better to get tested right now. Now second question is, if you don't have symptom, then you should always take the B vitamin and C, vitamin D and zinc. That is boosters for all of us. Even we have the first symptom, then we can take all booster and take an anti-allergic medicine. गला खराब उससे थोड़ा एलर्जी में फायदा मिलता है ये. But I would say for your case, now you can test it yourself. If this time your test comes negative, it means you don't have the corona infection. If test come positive, then you need to take complete treatment in terms of antiviral therapy, and you need a strict isolation for next 14 days. I hope, Tupesh bhai, you satisfied?
हेलो
Yes.
हेलो डॉक्टर साहब.
Yes, Meena ji. Please.
हाँ, मैं कल से एक्चुअली आइसोलेशन में हूँ बिकॉज आई वाज हैविंग थोड़ा स्टमक अपसेट एंड लाइट फीवर.
Yes.
तो इज दिस क्या है, मेरे को सिम्टम्स है या वॉट एवर, मतलब मेरे को आइसोलेशन में रहना चाहिए या फीवर इज लाइक 99
Yes.
टू मैक्स 100.
Okay. So you have the fever. Any other symptom do you have?
स्टमक अपसेट,
Upset means diarrhea, vomiting, pain.
बॉडी पेन, यस, बिलो द नी, बिलो
Okay.
द नी, लेग पेन बहुत सीवियर.
Okay, so what is the meaning of stomach upset? Means you are having the diarrhea, you are having the going stool 2-3 times a day.
हाँ, स्टूल्स तो है डॉक्टर साहब. पहले एक्चुअली परसों और कल तो मेरे को बहुत सीवियर क्रैम्प्स टाइप था.
Yes.
क्रैम्प तो ठीक हो चुके हैं, बट आई एम हैविंग थोड़ा सा लाइक गुड टाइप्स.
Yes. Yes. So you have strong suspicion of corona infection. आपके सिम्टम से लगता है कि आपको हो सकता है, क्योंकि कुछ लोगों में अपसेट स्टमक से पेशेंट हमारे पास आते हैं, हम देखते हैं कोरोना टेस्ट पॉजिटिव आता है. आपको
अच्छा, पॉइजनिंग टाइप तो नहीं होता कि फूड पॉइजनिंग?
फीवर जैसे वो भी आपको हो सकता है. आई वुड से आपने अच्छा काम किया है, आपने अपने आप को आइसोलेट कर लिया है. आई वुड से आप अपने वाइटल चार्ट को मॉनिटर करिएगा, सिम्टम के साथ टेम्परेचर नोट करिएगा, ऑक्सीजन लेवल मॉनिटर करते रहिएगा, और आप देखिएगा नेक्स्ट 2-3-4 डेज में कैसा ट्रेंड रहता है, और उसके बाद आप अपना RT-PCR टेस्ट कराइएगा.
अच्छा, अब डॉक्टर साहब फीवर, हाँ डॉक्टर साहब फीवर जैसे कभी तो 98.6 ही रह रहा है, लाइक कभी 99. टुडे मॉर्निंग इट वाज लाइक 100.
Yes. So it means you have the fever. You agree? आपको फीवर तो आ रहा है,
या फीवर
फीवर लगातार बना हुआ नहीं है, फीवर आ रहा है. फीवर आने का मतलब अंदर इन्फ्लेमेशन, इन्फेक्शन स्टेज प्रोसेस चल रही है आपके शरीर में, इसलिए आपको सिम्टम आने की संभावना, आगे सिम्टम आपको आ सकते हैं. तो ये सिग्नल है, इसलिए आप उन्हें आइसोलेट किया, अच्छा किया. और आई वुड से कि नेक्स्ट 2-3 डेज में आप अपना RT-PCR टेस्ट भी करवाएंगा, और पॉजिटिव आता है तो उसका प्रॉपर ट्रीटमेंट भी लीजिए आप.
ओके ओके डॉक्टर साहब, थैंक यू डॉक्टर साहब.
थैंक यू मीना जी.
Hello.
Yes.
So which vaccine is more effective against mutants, Covaxin or Covishield?
Your good name is Sugandhi ji.
Hanji.
Yes. So Sugandhi ji, I share in the presentation also, we have 2 vaccines available with us, Covaxin and Covishield. Both are equally good. Efficacy is equal. So whichever vaccine we are able to get, we should get vaccinated. Getting vaccination is more important than choosing a vaccine. I think so current scenario, there is scarcity of the vaccines. So many people are waiting for vaccination. So here, whichever vaccine available to us, we should go for it, because the efficacy of all the vaccines are equal.
Okay, doctor. And doctor, I put the vaccine yesterday. I don't know, it's paining at the site of injection. I'm not able to lift my hand also. What should I do?
It's a normal reaction, so don't worry, number 1. Number 2, you can apply the, I would say, ice pack over there. You can take the tablet paracetamol for today. This will subside by tomorrow. It's a normal reaction after doing this at this point, so do not worry at all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello,
sir.
Sir, one question. Sir,
Please
hello.
state your name also.
Hello.
Yes, please.
सर एक क्वेश्चन और है कि ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग कराते समय अगर सिम्टम्स हमें अपीयर होते हैं, बेबी
Yes.
अगर ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग कराते, सर उस टाइम क्या क्या प्रिकॉशंस लेनी चाहिए? और सर एक क्वेश्चन ये भी है कि ब्रेस्ट फीड कराते हैं तो सर क्या वैक्सीनेट हो सकते हैं हम लोग?
डेफिनेट सेकंड क्वेश्चन आंसर आप वैक्सीनेट हो सकते हैं, आपको करवाना चाहिए। लेकिन जो ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग के लिए जो सेफ्टी का प्रोफाइल जो देखा गया है वो mRNA बेस्ड वैक्सीन पे देखा गया है, और अभी
आपको वैक्सीनेशन नहीं लेनी चाहिए।
अपने यहाँ पर अभी mRNA बेस्ड वैक्सीन अभी आया नहीं है। सो फॉर टाइम बिंग यू कैन होल्ड योरसेल्फ फॉर वैक्सीनेशन। वो mRNA बेस्ड वैक्सीन में फीमेल्स में, प्रेग्नेंट लेडी में सेफ्टी प्रोफाइल अच्छा आया है, बाकी वैक्सीन में सेफ्टी प्रोफाइल अभी चेक नहीं हुआ है। सो आई वुड से वेट फॉर अ टाइम बिंग टिल वी गेट mRNA बेस्ड वैक्सीन। जो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन वाज कि हमें ब्रेस्ट फीड करते हुए क्या केयर करनी चाहिए, तो जैसे नॉर्मल पर्सन को अपन केयर करते हैं, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग तो बेबी के साथ नहीं कर पाएंगे, बट यस यू कैन यूज द प्रॉपर मास्क, यूज सर्जिकल मास्क, 3 लेयर्ड मास्क, keep your hand clean before going for a feeding, and I would say if you are in the symptom, you can put a screen in between you and a baby, so he will not get any undue exposure while you are feeding her.
सर इट मींस हम फीड करा सकते हैं बेबी को, अगर कराते हैं, क्योंकि डिपेंड होता है बेबी, तो सर वो तो कुछ और ले नहीं सकता
आपका। लेकिन फीड कराते समय आपको प्रिकॉशन पूरे लेने हैं। आपका मास्क भी अच्छा से वाला होना चाहिए, आपको खांसी भी नहीं आनी चाहिए, आपके हैंड्स भी क्लीन होने चाहिए, क्योंकि थोड़ी सी भी खांसी आई, आपने लाइन को ब्रीच किया,
ओके सर,
बेबी को इन्फेक्शन हो जाएगा। तो आप फीड करा सकते हैं, लेकिन पूरी केयर के साथ में।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
हेलो,
यस
हाँ डॉक्टर साहब, मैं वो कहना चाह रही थी कि मेरे दोनों डोजेस हो चुके हैं जब मैंने अभी आपसे बात की कि मैं आइसोलेट हूँ, बट मेरे दोनों डोजेस हो चुके हैं।
यस
फिर भी चांसेस आर देयर?
नहीं, दोनों डोज हो चुके तो किस चीज का चांस पूछना चाह रहे हैं आप?
कि पॉजिटिव होने का चांसेस होता है फिर भी?
यस 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 यस। अब क्यों हो सकता है वो अब मैंने आपको प्रेजेंटेशन बताया था, मैं आपको फिर हिंदी में समझा देता हूँ अभी। ये वैसे मैंने ये वेबिनार लास्ट संडे हिंदी में भी लिया था, और ये मैं वेबिनार हिंदी में भी लेता हूँ और इंग्लिश में भी, क्योंकि ऑडियंस कहती है हिंदी वाले की इंग्लिश वाले हिंदी में समझ
वो तो कोई इश्यू नहीं डॉक्टर साहब।
अच्छी बात है, नहीं अच्छे लोग हैं, अच्छा लगता है मेरे को भी ये, लेकिन मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि क्वेश्चन आपका अच्छा है, और इस बार मैंने क्योंकि मैंने इंग्लिश में शेयर किया, शायद आपसे मिस हो गया होगा, मैं फिर पॉइंट शेयर करता हूँ। वैक्सीन दो लिया है अपने, वैक्सीन लेने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि हमें इन्फेक्शन, वैक्सीन लेने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि हमें इन्फेक्शन नहीं हो सकता है, 100% चांस इन्फेक्शन होगा। आपको सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूं, अपने घर में आप अपने बेडरूम में कितने भी अच्छे प्रॉपर्टी सेफ्टी के लिए लॉक लगा दो, है ना, कितने अच्छे लॉकर लगा दो, अंदर से सेव कर दिया आपने, लेकिन अगर आपका मेन गेट खुला रहेगा, वहां का लोग कमजोर है, तो क्या चोर घर में आ सकता है कि नहीं आ सकता है?
yes, very well explained sir।
हेलो सर, मैं इकोस्प्रिन लेती हूँ सर।
हाँ, तो मेरा पॉइंट ये है आपको,
लेती हूँ तो मुझे वैक्सीन लेने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है ना?
हेलो,
मैं वैक्सीन मैं इकोस्प्रिन लेती हूँ।
हाँ,
तो इकोस्प्रिन लेती हूँ तो मुझे वैक्सीन में कोई मुश्किल नहीं होगी ना वैक्सीन लेने में?
मुश्किल नहीं होगी, मैंने बात ही अभी इस वेबिनार में बताई थी, जो इकोस्प्रिन चल रहा है वो आराम से वैक्सीन लें, इकोस्प्रिन को भी बंद नहीं करें और वैक्सीन को डिले भी नहीं करें, जरूर लें, वैक्सीन से फायदा मिलेगा और इकोस्प्रिन भी आपको फायदा देगी, दोनों में कोई नुकसान नहीं होने वाला है।
हाँ सर, वो बात इनकम्प्लीट रह गई थी।
ओके।
तो मेरा ये कहना है कि अगर आपने मेन गेट का लॉक अच्छा नहीं लगाया है, ढंग से नहीं लगाया, चोर तो घर में घुसेगा ना।
यस,
तो आपको घर में चोर को आने से रोकना है, आपने क्या किया है, आपने घर के लॉकर्स को, बेडरूम के रूम का लॉक अच्छे से अच्छा लगा दिया, आपने वैक्सीन लगा करके अपने शरीर में एंटीबॉडीज का लेवल डेवलप कर लिया, आपके इम्यून सिस्टम को आपने मजबूत कर लिया है, ताकि जब भी इन्फेक्शन होगा, यानी जब भी चोर घर के अंदर घुसेगा तो बेडरूम में नहीं जा पाएगा, लॉकर तक नहीं पहुंच पाएगा।
ओके।
समझदारी क्या है, अब हमें हमारा मेन गेट पे भी ध्यान रखना चाहिए, वो भी लोग अच्छा होना चाहिए, इनफैक्ट उससे ज्यादा मजबूत होना चाहिए,
बिल्कुल।
आज कोरोना के समय में वो लोग क्या है, वो लॉकर क्या है? 3 तरीके, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, मास्क और हैंड हाइजीन। ये
Thank
3 पिलर को आप ढंग से यूज करोगे तो वायरस आपके शरीर में नहीं आएगा। यानी आपको क्या करना है, आपके शरीर में एंटीबॉडी बन चुकी है, वो तो इन्फेक्शन होने के बाद प्रोटेक्शन देगा, लेकिन इन्फेक्शन आपके शरीर में नहीं पहुंचे, वायरस आपके शरीर में नहीं पहुंचे, इसके लिए आपको इन 3 चीजों का यूज करना जरूरी है, ताकि वायरस आपके शरीर में अगर नहीं आएगा तो आपको इन्फेक्शन नहीं होगा।
ओके ओके।
अगर इन्फेक्शन हो जाता है, चाहे या अनजाने में, भूल होने से, गलती होने से, यानी कोरोना बिहेवियर में कहीं ब्रीच होने से, तो वैक्सीन आपका प्रोटेक्शन करेगा, डेफिनेटली प्रोटेक्शन करेगा। आपका सीवियर इन्फेक्शन नहीं होगा, आपकी डेथ नहीं होगी, क्योंकि आपको इन्फेक्शन होगा वो या तो नहीं होगा या फिर माइल्ड इन्फेक्शन हो जाएगा, क्योंकि आपके शरीर में वैक्सीन से बनाई हुई एंटीबॉडी जब अंदर काम कर रही है, वो इन्फेक्शन से लड़ेगी, उसको ज्यादा सीवियर नहीं होने देगी। इसलिए अपनी जिम्मेदारी है कि हम सबसे पहले इन्फेक्शन को अपने शरीर में आने ही नहीं दें। पर लोग अब ये माइल्ड सिम्टम है हम, लेकिन देखो ये रिजल्ट अभी तक के हैं हमारे पास में, हो सकता है आने वाले टाइम में ऐसे केस देखने को मिले कि वैक्सीन वाले लोगों के अंदर भी सीवियर इन्फेक्शन हो रहा है। सो प्राइम प्रिवेंशन यही है कि हमें कोरोना बिहेवियर, जिसमें सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, सर्जिकल मास्क और हैंड हाइजीन का ध्यान हमेशा रखना चाहिए।
ओके डॉक्टर साहब, ये वैक्सीन के कितने दिन बाद जैसे एंटीबॉडीज का होता है? लाइक मेरे को अभी 10 डेज हो गए सेकेंड डोज के बाद।
करीब 3 to 6 वीक्स के बाद में ये लेवल आना शुरू होता है।
हाँ ओके, सेम विद द फर्स्ट डोज के बाद आ जाता है? लाइक
दोनों के बाद में आना धीरे धीरे शुरू होता है, उससे बैकग्राउंड बनता है, सेकंड डोज में वो बूस्ट इफेक्ट थोड़ा ज्यादा फास्ट होता है।
ओके, थैंक यू डॉक्टर, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू।
डॉक्टर साहब, जो कोविड पेशेंट नेगेटिव होने का 4 वीक्स बाद वैक्सीन ले सकते हैं या 8 वीक्स?
सर मिनिमम 4 वीक्स के बाद में लेना चाहिए, 4 to 8 वीक के बाद में ले सकते हैं सर।
ओके ओके। और डॉक्टर साहब एक और क्वेश्चन था, एक कोविड पेशेंट है जो जिनको और कोई सिम्टम नहीं है, सिर्फ कफ एंड कोल्ड है माइनर, तो उनका 5-6 दिन हुआ है, तो सीटी उसमें करा लेना चाहिए या और वेट करना चाहिए?
नहीं, देखो पहला चीज, कोई चीज को माइनर नहीं मान के चलो, कोरोना के सिग्नल मान के चलो।
SpO2 ओके,
तो नंबर 1, नंबर 2 अपने को RT-PCR टेस्ट करा के देखना चाहिए वो पॉजिटिव है कि नहीं है। RT-PCR टेस्ट के साथ उसका एक CT स्कोर वैल्यू भी होता है, अगर वो वैल्यू कम होता है इसका मतलब वायरस का लोड ज्यादा है। अगर ट्रीटमेंट शुरू हो जाता है जब कोरोना का, अगर उसको आराम मिल रहा है तो CT स्कैन कराने की जरूरत नहीं है। अगर उनको सिम्टम से आराम नहीं मिलता है तो ही CT स्कैन करा के देखते हैं। तो मैं कहूँगा कि पहले आपको RT-PCR टेस्ट करवाना चाहिए, ट्रीटमेंट शुरू करना चाहिए और फिर अपना असेस करना चाहिए कि उनको CT की वास्तव में जरूरत है या नहीं है।
डॉक्टर साहब जो पेशेंट है उनका पॉजिटिव है, 22 का वायरस लोड है, 6 डेज हुआ है,
अगर वो कंफर्टेबल है, अगर वो ऑक्सीजन लेवल मेंटेन कर रहे हैं मोर देन 94-95, अगर उनका ब्रीदिंग रेट आराम से मैं कहूँगा कि वो 18-20 से ज्यादा नहीं जा रहा है, तो CT स्कैन कराने की जरूरत नहीं है।
ओके ओके डॉक्टर साहब, थैंक यू।
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ji.
Sir, I would like to ask you about one doubt on vaccination.
Yes.
Sir, one patient, he took vaccination first dose.
Yes.
So it takes 28 days, right?
Yes.
That 30 days only he can take the second dose, right?
Please repeat your question.
Hello?
Also, disturbance in the voice. I couldn't get your point.
Okay, sir. One patient took his first dose.
Mm-hmm.
So before taking his second dose, he got COVID.
Yes.
So it takes 28 days for taking his second dose.
Yes.
So because of this COVID, he can take only after 30 days.
Yes.
So for taking second dose, it will take 56 days, right? Approximately.
Don't think the first impact, first dose, because we have to make the sure safety also. So they decided after the second, when he recovers from the first infection, corona infection, then we decide, because anyone who is having the corona infection, we don't advise getting vaccination right now. We have to delay for some time. So that was safety is telling us. So that way we should wait for at least 2 weeks after recovery. So recovery means 14 days quarantine for 2 weeks, 2 weeks after recovery. That makes 4 weeks after recovery.
Sir, so after taking second dose also, will the vaccine be effective, both the first dose and second dose? Will the person get effect of that vaccine?
Time will tell us, because so many things we are learning in this corona period in a very short time, because corona is just a 1-year-old disease. So once we know the disease, then vaccines started, vaccines are made. I will tell you that vaccine process are made very early, because it takes many years to develop a vaccine. It takes many years to get tested for them. But looking at the current scenario, the government authorities have allowed to do the emergency use. It means all test has not been done in a proper way that we are doing in routinely in otherwise normal situations. So what we are getting information, we have information of only for 6 months or 9 months or 10 months. The question what we are telling is now we are getting many people, they get exposed to the corona after the first vaccine. So these are different group of the people coming to us. So in due course, we will assess them also in our study protocol, that after giving second dose of vaccine, when they acquire the corona infection, so how does their antibodies level fluctuates or they varies. So I would say time will tell us how they behave. There may be good news. They may have better antibody because they exposed to the coronavirus. Corona itself induce the antibody formation. Then they are getting the booster dose also. That may induce to get more antibody also. So time will tell us. We are speculating. We may have the better response, but the studies will tell us how actually we are getting the ground reality in terms of antibody in these patients. So I would say, we taking all the safety margins, we should go for a vaccination. Let things to happen in due course, and we should take all precautionary measures so we don't have any exposure to this corona infection.
Sir, from this case, I actually wanted to ask, if we are not sticking to the time of vaccination, right? Will there be any problem?
I would reply in other way. If you don't have the vaccine, what will do?
Yeah, the symptoms we will get more and we will suffer very badly.
So if you don't have something to vaccinate the people, what we will do? Now think other way also.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Don't have answer for every question you are having. Yes, these are a special situation for us to study in a due course, and then what these studies are telling us, how they will show whether he getting the more antibodies or whether he getting the less antibodies. Accordingly, we will come to conclusion. Then we are able to guide the people. Okay, we found antibody response goes down, so you should don't avoid, you go for vaccination, or you should avoid the go for vaccination. Till then, we don't have clear-cut answers. We should wait and watch for that only.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your information.
Thank you, Ashwin bhai.
हेलो सर, जो सीआरसी टेस्ट करते हैं उसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है, क्यों करते हो?
सॉरी,
सीआरसी टेस्ट जो होता है।
सीआरसी नहीं, सीआरसी टेस्ट नहीं करते हैं, सीआरपी टेस्ट करते हैं, सीआरपी।
ओके,
आप अपना बैकग्राउंड, मैं आपका बैकग्राउंड जानना चाह रहा हूँ, मतलब आप प्रोफेशनली।
हाँ सर, ये सर इसके लिए नॉलेज के लिए कल ये जो डाइमर, डी डाइमर और सीआरपी,
ये मैं आपका प्रोफेशनल बैकग्राउंड जानना चाह रहा हूँ ताकि आपको उसी तरह से आपको समझाऊं इसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है।
प्रोफेशनल है, इंजीनियरिंग प्रोफेशनल।
इंजीनियर प्रोफेशनल, ओके ओके। तो दीज आर सीआरपी, डी डाइमर, ये है ना बेसिकली इन्फ्लेमेटरी इंसल्ट के मार्कर्स हैं। यानी जैसे ब्लड टेस्ट हम करते हैं तो ब्लड टेस्ट क्या बताते हैं हमारे को, एक WBC काउंट कम जाना बताते हैं कि ये कम जा रही है, इट मीन्स वायरल इन्फेक्शन हो रहा है। तो वायरल इन्फेक्शन मीन्स अभी कोरोना वायरस है, तो वायरस को ही वायरल इन्फेक्शन बोलते हैं। तो WBC काउंट का नीचे की तरफ जाना, it means it's infection because of the virus, that is the coronavirus. This is indirect evidence for us. Then we see these inflammatory markers, the CRP, D-dimer, ferritin, LD, they are marker of inflammation. So what corona is doing with us, कोरोना अपने शरीर में जाकर के मल्टीप्लाई करके अपने इम्यून सिस्टम को डिसरेगुलेट कर देता है, और वो इम्यून सिस्टम डिसरेगुलेट होने की वजह से उसके शरीर में ये मार्कर्स का लेवल बढ़ने लग जाता है. तो दीज मार्कर आर एक्टिवेटेड बाय द कोरोना इन्फ्लेमेशन. तो ये कोरोना इन्फेक्शन ने छेड़ के यानी आग लगा दी, बत्ती लगा के चला गया कोरोना वायरस. अभी अब आग लगी हुई है, तो ये उसके मार्कर हैं. सो दीज आर मार्कर्स ऑफ इन्फ्लेमेशन. तो CRP, D-dimer, ferritin, LDS, they tell us how significant inflammation is happening in a given person. तो हम जो CRP टेस्ट करा के मतलब होता है कि क्या उसके शरीर में ज्यादा इन्फ्लेमेशन आ रहा है. अगर ज्यादा होता है तो उसको 3 दिन बाद में या 5 दिन बाद इंटरवल रिपीट करके देखते हैं कि उसका ट्रेंड इंप्रूविंग है, स्टैटिक है या डाउन ग्रोथ है. अकॉर्डिंगली हम आगे का लाइन ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट डिसाइड करते हैं. हेलो, अगर और किसी का भी कोई क्वेश्चन हो तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. मैं इसे वेबिनार शुरू करे हुए 2 आवर्स.
सर ऐसा क्यों हो रहा जी, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है that the markers start at times increasing in the second week? First week में मतलब symptoms अगर थोड़ा सा आया भी, उसके बाद वो बिल्कुल simply चला जा रहा है. But second week में markers start increasing. The lungs may be very completely clear, बिल्कुल clear, zero. But the markers increase. Sometimes the fever is also not there. There is no other symptom. तो ये इस ऐसे केस में in the second week around the 8th or the 9th day फिर भी intensive intervention की जरूरत है सर?
Yes, आप एक बार होल्ड करें, मैं आपको एक इसका स्लाइड दिखाना चाहूंगा कि
जी सर,
वो स्लाइड will give all information to you.
Thank you.
Just wait for slide to bring.
Yes sir, I will.
अमिता जी, आप कहाँ से बात कर रहे हैं?
I'm speaking from Bhopal, sir.
Okay, nice to have on this our series. People like you are motivating our team to bring all this type of
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, I'm just available. Just because I remove this slide, I think it will be useful to make you understand what is this slide.
Sorry, doubt. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hi, I'm there. I'm here.
Yes, I'm here. I'm just finding a good slide to show all of you.
Yes, sir.
Can you see this slide?
Yes, I can.
Yes, sir. This slide is an answer to your question now. Now you try to understand how this disease happens to us.
Yes.
This is, see the horizontal line now. minus 5
Yes.
days, minus 10 days, then 0. It means we are exposed to person 5 days before we have the symptoms.
Okay.
Then these are the symptom target till the 10 days or 14 days, how we behave. Now in this area where we don't have the symptom,
Okay.
it's a pre-symptomatic phase.
Yes.
Here virus load is gradually increasing. You can
Yes.
see
Yes. Yes.
viral genome of curve. Here
Right.
virus is increasing.
Right. Right.
Okay. So initial
Right, sir. Right. Hanji.
5 to 6 days virus load is maximum. You can see.
सर एक डाउट था.
Right, sir. बिल्कुल clear है, sir.
Cool down. Don't ask question. You come later on. Let me answer this question now. So
Right.
you can see the virus load is going maximum between 5 to 6 days of the symptoms.
Right, right, sir.
Then
Right.
you should get tested by the RT-PCR for positive report. Now my point is, I always say, when you are looking for a test, look for a positive result. So do an appropriate time. Don't do it earlier. If you do in an initial time,
Right.
it may come negative because virus load is less in our body. So
Right,
let's
sir.
have the ample amount in a body, so test will come positive. Number one.
Okay.
After the replication, you can see load is going down.
Right, sir.
Why? Because now our immune system started working. Now you
Okay.
can see dotted line here.
Yes.
Because of this antibodies forming in the body, because of our own immune system, after
Yes.
an infection, this antibody titer is increasing. You can see it keep on
Yes, I
increasing.
can. I can, sir. I can.
Now, in some patients, you see the down curve, mild moderate disease. It goes up for till the 3, 4, 5 days. Then symptoms resolves.
Yes.
Then by 14, he's okay.
Yes.
In some patients, symptom may not resolve.
Okay.
And why not resolve? It depends on the virus load in our body. How actively we are testing. How actively we starting our medical treatment for this.
Okay.
What happening? The majority of the people are ignorant of this phase of infectious disease or replication phase.
Yes.
We
Yes.
don't pay attention during this phase of the line. So by the time the damage has already been done by the virus in our body. Now antibody, the damage virus amount is highest, already damaged our immune system. So our body reacting in that way. So it induce the inflammatory storm. We say medical term is inflammatory storm. तूफान आता है inflammatory markers का.
Right.
Because of this, now things start. Now you see the severity curve started now. Severe disease.
Right, sir.
The time we see if the patient need a hospitalization, he may have the low oxygen level. He may have breathing problem. By the time lung gets damaged, he have the lung failure. Then they go to ICU and they become critical.
Right, sir.
So I
Sir,
think
I-
decide with this answer.
Sir, I feel I'm so glad that I asked this question because I am a cancer survivor and my first few days were perfectly all right with a bit of azithromycin. It
Yeah.
was on the 7th or 8th day that I
Mhm.
got my COVID tested, found it positive because I'm a consultant in the hospital and she insisted, the pulmonologist. And then this, because my markers were increased, so they have given me the whole treatment. They have refused to, sort of my hesitation. They just didn't listen to me and I'm glad about that. Now I'm back home after 7 days and
Yeah.
feeling okay, except of course that they started the proper protocolized treatment. So
Yeah.
I'm so grateful to them and I'm grateful to you for having explained this to me so beautifully, sir. Thank you very much indeed, sir.
So anyone have any questions before we end the session?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Rahul, please ask your doubt.
सर बोल रहा हूँ ना, मतलब कुछ दिन से मुझे 2 दिन से फीवर है और
You came for last webinar also. I suggested you go for a testing, see your doctor. Have you done that?
सर आई हैव डन
So what this says?
you take the medicine.
Those are tested positive.
No, sir. Report has not came.
So have you started the medicines?
Yes, sir.
So good, continue the medicine.
Yes, sir. But my father is telling that.
Now your voice is not clear.
पापा बोल रहे हैं ना मेरे कि वो मतलब तुम्हारे ये मौसम चेंज की वजह से हो रहा है.
नहीं, don't think so. It is because of the viral infection. Virus is the corona only, and you should take care at least at home. You isolate yourself, self quarantine.
सर आइसोलेट कर लिया हूँ.
तो आप सारी बातों का ध्यान रखो, चिंता मत करो. 14 डेज के लिए घर में आराम से रहोगे एंड डॉक्टर साहब की गाइडेंस में ट्रीटमेंट लोगे, पूरा तरह से ठीक हो जाओगे. तो चिंता करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. बस घर से बाहर 14 डेज तक नहीं जाना है और पूरा ट्रीटमेंट करना है. ठीक है.
और फिर 14 डेज के बाद फिर नेगेटिव होने के बाद फिर निकल सकते हैं क्या?
यस,
नेगेटिव होने के बाद निकल सकते हैं. फिर
14 बाद नेगेटिव हो जाएगा.
वो अपने आप हो जाएगा. नहीं मान लीजिए फिर अगर सिम्टम लगता है तो.
Anyone else want to any questions?
Yes, sir. सर अगर सारे ट्रीटमेंट होने के बाद भी दोबारा कोविड टेस्ट करवाना जरूरी है क्या? Is it necessary to have it done?
No. What I say is a resource dependent approach for that. If you are treated properly, if you have quarantined yourself for 14 days.
Yes.
I would say from the day of your diagnosis or day from your positive report. If you have positive report you are taking 14 days, then by the nature of the viral infection, you no need to get tested yourself.
Okay.
Not need at all. Why to waste the resource? Because later the RT-PCR kit available for other person to get it done.
Right.
Now the infection has become a community spread. Initially in the beginning, we are doing testing to minimize the community spread. So we are testing every time before discharging the patient. Now this virus has already been spread to the society community at a large. Our aim is to make a proper diagnosis, so don't waste the resource in making a reconfirmation. But
okay, sir.
Say quarantine yourself for 14 days. Take all due precaution. Or once you are out of your quarantine cycle, take all due precaution, proper mask, hand hygiene, and social distancing. You are all right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. I am from Assam. Last time I have the COVID, then the doctor provided me to have zinc, vitamin C. Then after taking 2-3 days, I developed allergy.
Aarti ji, your voice is not clear.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir.
Yes.
That last COVID, I developed that infected with COVID. Then I have to take that zinc tablet, vitamin C, and B complex.
Yes.
Then I developed the allergy in my whole body, the itching, and then mild fever is there. That fever is last after negative also I lasted for 20 days.
Okay.
Then whether it says for the zinc or vitamin C, or I don't know whether it's a whole, then I stopped all vitamins, then it's a cured.
Usually reaction is very unlikely, very rare to see, but you already had a reaction, so better to stop whatever medicine you take. Zinc, C, and the vitamin D, you should stop them. You should take the anti-allergic medicine, so that will take care of you. And I hope your fever is all right now.
Yeah, I know. After that, I tested my antibody. It comes 6.
Okay. So if you recover your fever is okay, I would say have a good diet. Have positive food, because the few medicine have allergic to you, so we can't give those immunity booster. So have the homemade good food, have a good sleep, and take a proper diet. Do the meditation, yoga, and pranayam to keep yourself motivated.
Yeah.
To end, I will say that you maintain the distance days of 14 days quarantine, proper quarantine. Once that is over, then you should follow the proper social distancing even at the home, because this time we are getting surge of many cases. So I advise you to use the mask even at your home when you are meeting with other family members. And yes, of course, keep your hand clean every time when you touch any material. So by that way, you are protecting yourself from acquiring new infection. So in that case, your immunity will help you to overcome the already existing infection.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Very nicely explained.
Sir, I would like to ask one question, sir.
Hello.
Yes, I would like to ask one question regarding the vaccination.
Yes, please pass.
Sir, I got two vaccinated. I have got vaccinated too, first dose and second dose. I'm all right. I'm not. I have any not any issues. But will it get another booster for me?
Your voice is very slow. Can you make it louder?
Yes, I got two vaccinations, sir. I got.
Yes.
Booster for this any kind of vaccination after two vaccinations need to go for booster vaccination. That's why I'm asking my questions.
So I didn't get your question. You got your first vaccine.
Yeah, I got second dose also.
Second dose also. Okay, good.
Yes,
Good.
yes, yeah. But I'm okay. Shall I take another one for booster?
No, not required. Not required. Not required.
Okay.
Currently, where from you are calling us?
I am from Tiruchirappalli, from Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu. Okay. So, Mr. Jesu, the point is, in India, we are having two type of vaccine, Covaxin or Covishield.
Okay.
The protocol are only for 2 doses, first and second dose.
Okay.
After that, we don't need any sort of vaccine. So don't scared of it. Don't worry. You are fully vaccinated, but you take care of COVID behavior in proper way. Maintain social distancing. Keep a proper mask, surgical mask all the time when you are going out of the home, and keep your hands clean. That's what I will say to you.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.